Hi everyone. So in the last class, we completed some gaseous laws like Boyle's law, Charles' law, Manton's law, and Avogadro's law. These are very simple laws. So whenever you have doubts about these simple laws, just you can ask me. Now we'll continue the what are the states of matter chapter. Now all these gas laws will explain the properties of gaseous particles. So that is example Boyle's law. The pressure volume relation explains. Similarly, Charles law explains volume temperature relationship. So like that, Manton's law explains pressure temperature relationship. So like that. So based on all these laws, so number of scientists proposed. So one important theory, that is the kinetic theory. So this kinetic theory contains some assumptions. All these assumptions are based on the properties of gas laws. So by using gas laws, so number of assumptions are made by number of scientists. So this theory does not proposed by one scientist. So number of scientists propose this theory. So they contain some number of assumptions. What are the assumptions is? The first assumption is, so according to kinetic theory, all gases are made up of tiny particles. So all gases are made up of small or tiny particles whose volume is negligible. So this is the first point, first assumption of kinetic theory. So all gases are made up of very very small particles, and the volume of the particles can be negligible when compared with the total volume of the gas. So there is a negligible volume of gaseous particles in any gas. The second point says that between these particles very weak intermolecular forces will exist and it can be negligible. So that is the second point. All gaseous particles containing very weak force of attraction, and this force of attraction also can be negligible. So that is the first point, whose volume is negligible. The second point is the force of attractions between gaseous particles are negligible. So that's why gases does not attract by gravitational field. So this is the 2 points which are made by kinetic theory. Like that, some number of points are there. The other point is all particles move randomly and collide with each other. So that is the next point. Since there is no force of attraction, there is negligible force of attraction in the particles. So all particles move randomly in any direction. All particles move randomly, and each particle will collide with the other particle. So due to these collisions, so particles whenever they collision, they release some force. So that force by area we are calling as pressure. So gases exert pressure due to collisions between the particles. There is a two types of collision. One is the particle-particle collision. Another one is the particle and wall of the container. Since we are taking a container, within this we are taking gas. So in this, because of no force of attraction, so particles will collide with each other. Also, particle will collide with the wall of the container. So there is a two types of collision: particle-particle and also particle-wall collisions. So due to these collisions, gaseous particles exert pressure. So pressure is due to collisions between the particles and also collisions between particle and wall of the container. So all these collisions are perfectly elastic in nature. So what is meant by perfectly elastic means whatever the collisions are taking place, but the average kinetic energy is always constant. In this container we are taking, so number of particles will collide, but the average energy is always constant. That average kinetic energy directly proportional to temperature. So when temperature changes, kinetic energy changes. When temperature is constant, the kinetic energy of the gas is also constant. So all these are the points of kinetic theory. So kinetic theory says that there is a negligible volume of particle and also negligible force of attraction. Particles move in a straight line randomly collide with each other. So due to these collisions, they exert pressure. Even though collisions are taking place, but all these collisions are elastic collisions since the kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. So all these are the postulates of the kinetic theory. So based on kinetic theory, one kinetic gas equation is proposed. The kinetic gas equation. The kinetic gas equation PV is equal to 1 by 3 mu square. So this is called kinetic gas equation. PV is equal to 1/3 mu square. Here m is the molar mass of the gas, u is the velocity. This is called RMS velocity. Root means square velocity. So this is the kinetic gas. So based on kinetic theory, there is actual some drawbacks in the ideal gas equation. So we have derived ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. So from 1 mole, suppose we are taking, so this PV by RT. If n is equal to 1 mole, it must be equal to 1. So PV by RT is equal to 1. That is called ideal gas equation. So this PV by RT representing with one letter Z. Here Z is called compressibility factor. Z is the compressibility factor whose formula will be PV by RT, which is equal to 1. When it is equal to 1, so gases are obeying ideal gas equation. But whenever if Z is not equal to 1, that means either less than 1 or greater than 1. And that is called deviation from ideal gas equation. When gases are obeying compressibility factor 1, that means PV is equal to nRT. That is called ideal gas equation. If it is less than 1 or greater than 1, that is called deviation. If it is less than 1, that is called negative deviation from ideal gas equation. Greater than 1, that is called positive deviation. So another formula for Z. Z is equal to volume of real gas by volume of ideal gas. Either this we can use or this we can use, both are same. So volume of real gas by volume of ideal gas. One is equal to 1, that is ideal gas. But in most gases, whatever the gases we are having in the atmosphere, most of the gases does not obey the ideal gas equation. That means either they will show positive deviation or negative deviation from the ideal gas equation. So hence actually there is no use of ideal gas equation. No gas is following ideal gas equation. Why all gases are deviating? Actually this ideal gas equation is based on the kinetic theory. So whatever the properties of kinetic theory and gas laws are same. So in ideal gas, the kinetic theory says that the all particles are very small. There is a negligible volume of the particle. So that is the first point of kinetic theory that I said. So in kinetic theory, first point, volume of particle is neglected. In the second point, force of attraction is also neglected. So neglecting of volume and neglecting of force of attraction. These two are the main drawbacks when real gases are not obeying the ideal gas equation. So why real gases are not obeying ideal gas equation is due to two drawbacks in the kinetic theory, that is the neglecting of volume of particle and neglecting of force of attraction. Why neglecting of volume and neglecting of forces is drawback? See this. We are taking a cylinder, it has some gas particles are there. Now suppose according to kinetic theory, so between these particles there is no force of attraction. So force of attraction are neglected. When there is no force of attraction, so gases cannot be liquefied, because gas can be converted to liquid. Any gas we can liquefy, any gas we can solidify also. First gas to liquid, liquid to solid. But when gas is converted to liquid and solid, that means forces will be increases. As I said, solids are strong intermolecular forces. So gas can be converted to solid, that means it contains strong intermolecular forces. So the neglecting of force is not possible. If forces are neglected, gas can never convert to liquid, can never convert to solid. But all real gases can be converted to liquid and solid. So that's why neglecting of force of attraction is very drawback. So we cannot neglect. Even there is a weak force in gas, but it cannot be zero force. So force of cannot be neglected. At the same time, If you are comparing the total volume of the cylinder, one particle is very small, it can be neglected. So the total volume is very high, the gas particle can be neglected. But remember, same gas we can compress to very small volume also. So the total gas when we are compressing, the total volume is also very small. Is it or not else? The total gas can be compressed. So due to that, volume of the total gas is also very small. But here particle is not compressing. The particle size is same. But the total particles on compressing, the total volume is decreasing. So when compared with this total volume, we cannot neglect the particle volume. So in expanded state, we can neglect. But in compressed state, we cannot neglect. So neglecting of volume also very drawback. So we cannot neglect volume of particle. Even it is a small, it cannot be neglected. Even it is a weak force, so we cannot neglect it. So neglecting of forces and neglecting of volumes are drawbacks of kinetic theory. Because of these two drawbacks, no gas in the atmosphere is not obeying the ideal gas equation. So that's why this ideal gas equation is modified by Van der Waal by taking some volume and pressure correction. So this is ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. When Z is compressibility factor, whose formula is volume of real gas by volume of ideal gas, or VV by RT. It is equal to 1. It is obeying ideal gas equation. Less than 1, negative deviation. Greater than 1, positive deviation. So when we are drawing graph for compressibility factor, Z value suppose it is a 1 versus P. So this is the ideal gas equation. When Z is equal to 1, that is the ideal gas value. It is a 0, it is a positive value, take it. Some gases will go like this. So this will be hydrogen, this will be helium. Some gases are going like this. CH4, CO2, NH3. So whatever the real gases we are having, hydrogen, helium, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, almost all are showing deviation from the ideal gas equation. So that's why this ideal gas equation is modified by Van der Waal. So what is that modified equation? See this. So ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT, and this pressure is added by m square A by V square, and this volume is subtracted with NB is equal to nRT. So this is called Van der Waal equation. Van der Waal equation is nothing but just modified ideal gas equation. For this pressure, some extra value is added. From this volume, some value is subtracted. Then this is called Van der Waal equation. So what is this? M square A by V square and NB. Here see this. When we are taking ideal gas, there is no force of attraction. When there is no force of attraction, particles are freely they can move and collide with each other. They exhibit pressure. So in ideal gas, so collisions are more. When it is a real gas, there must be some force of attraction. Due to force of attraction, so these particles cannot freely collide. In ideal gas, there is no force of attraction. They can be freely collide. But in real gas, there must be some force of attraction. So they cannot freely collide. So collisions are more in ideal gas, less in real gas. Remember it. Collisions are less in real gas, more in ideal gas. So because of less collisions in real gas, so pressure is also less. So that's why ideal gas pressure is more. Real gas pressure will be less. So that's why for this real gas pressure, we are adding some extra value that is equal to ideal gas pressure. So real gas pressure is always lesser than the ideal gas. So due to attraction, hence some extra value is added. So that extra value is a constant value n square A by V square. So how this extra value is added? As I told, the pressure is due to collisions between the particle, also between particle and volume. So that's why collisions are directly proportional to density squares of particles. So density squares of particles means densities of the particle inside and densities of particle at the wall side. So both two particles are depends. So pressure is directly proportional to density square. So pressure is equal to one constant will come A into density formula. In place of density we can say simply concentration, very easy. So pressure is directly proportional to concentration. So concentration means amount. So concentration squares of the particle. Amount of the particle inside, amount of the particle on wall side. So T is directly proportional to concentration square. So on equally constant will come and constant representing with a concentration. Nothing but molarity moles by volume. So this we can say n square by v square. So P is equal to AN square by V square is the extra pressure we are adding to the real gas pressure, then it must be equal to ideal gas pressure. So pressure always this much will be extra in ideal gas. Similarly, volume is subtracted with NB. Why it is subtracted with NB? So the B is a constant. It is called excluded volume, or also called co-volume. What is excluded or co-volume means? See this. So this is an ideal gas. According to kinetic theory, the volume of particle is negligible in ideal gas. That means so particle volume on neglecting. The total space is available for the movement of particles. So this is the total space available for the movement of particle in the ideal gas. But actually in real gas, the particle volume cannot be neglected. If all these we are compressing, if all these particles on compressing, suppose, so if all these particles on compressing, so this is the compressed one. So this is the actual volume of the gas, and remaining this is the total space available for the movement. So this total space available for the movement. But in ideal gas, the space available for movement is we are taking as total, but actually total space is not available. Only this much space is available because this space is occupied already by particle. Only this much space is available. So whatever the particle space is there, that we are removing, the remaining space available we get. So from the total volume, if this actual space we are removing, so we get whatever the space available for the motion. Here actually this is the space available for the motion. So this space available for motion will become from removing of some volume of the gas particles from this total space. So that's why this total space is called excluded volume. If this we are removing, we get total space available for the movement. So that is equal to nRT. So B is a constant value, that is called excluded volume. So this B is equal to 4 into V. So whatever the removing space will be there, that will always equal to 4 into volume of the particle. Because exactly all particles does not directly contact. There must be some space whatever we are compressing. So the total space removing is 4 into actual size of the particles. This can be removed. The remaining available space will be V minus NB. So this is the modified ideal gas equation. This is called van der Waal equation. So pressure should be added, volume is subtracted, then we get actual value. So this is for n moles. But for 1 mole, we can write this equation P plus 1 square will be 1 A by V square into V minus B is equal to RT. So this is the van der Waal equation for 1 mole and this is the van der Waal equation for n moles. So most important formulas, sometimes directly they will ask which is the van der Waal equation, most important. So here A and B are constant. A is called pressure constant, B is called volume constant. So what are the uses of this A and B also most important? Significance of A. When A is high, intermolecular forces are high. So A is directly proportional to intermolecular forces. Also directly proportional to boiling point or liquefaction. or critical temperature. So sometimes number of questions are asked like this. A values they will give which has strong intermolecular forces. So A is directly proportional intermolecular forces. Higher the value of A, stronger the intermolecular forces. Higher the boiling point, easier the liquefaction. So 2-3 gases they will give, and then A values also they will give. So they ask which can be easily liquefied. So higher the value of A, easier the liquefaction. Higher the value of A, higher the critical temperature. So based on A values, intermolecular forces will be high, boiling point also high, liquefaction is also high, critical temperature is also high. This is the most important. Same like B is the van der Waals volume constant. It is depends on size. So B is directly proportional to size. Higher the value of B, higher the size of the molecule. So A and B. Sometimes they also ask some units of this A and B. So units of A and B also they will ask. So the pressure constant P is equal AM square by V square. From this A is equal PV square by N square. Pressure unit will be atmosphere, volume liter square, mole power -2. These are the units of A. Same like here volume constant V is equal NV. So from this B is equal V by N, units are liter mole inverse. So B units are liter mole inverse, A units are atmosphere liter square mole inverse. So this is about van der Waals equation. So as I said, most of the gases does not obey the ideal gas equation. That's why ideal gas equation is modified as a van der Waals equation. Now real gases will obey this van der Waals equation under specific conditions. So what are the specific conditions? Say this. If we are taking at high pressure, if pressure is high, when pressure is high, so this is the pressure already high, so whatever the adding pressure will be, it can be neglected. When already pressure is high, so additional pressure will be neglected. So at high pressure, this A by V square. So number of moles, suppose we are taking for 1 mole. So what is the equation for 1 mole? P plus A by V square into N minus B is equal to RT. This is for 1 mole. Your condition we are taking at high pressure. When pressure is high, so this volume is very low actual. When volume is very low, so it can be neglected. So at high pressure, A by V square can be neglected. When A by V square neglected, so what is the remaining formula? P into N minus B equal to RT. So from this, V minus B. So P into V minus B equal to RT. From this, PV minus PV equal to RT. So PV is equal to RT plus PV. If divide the total equation both sides from RT, this will become PV by RT is equal to RT by RT will become 1 plus it will become PV by RT. So PV by RT we are taking as compressibility factor Z. Z is equal to 1 plus PV by RT. So that means Z will be greater than 1. So 1 plus something means it should be greater than 1. So at high pressure, real gases will exhibit positive deviation. So that's why when pressure is high, it will be positive deviation. Similarly, if we are taking other condition, at low or moderate pressure, when the pressure is low or moderate pressure, so when pressure is low, volume is high. Remember, when pressure is low, volume is high. When volume is high, so this B can be neglected. So we can neglect B at low pressure. When B is neglecting, so what is the remaining formula? P plus A by B square into V equal to RT. So PV plus AB by V square means A by V equal to RT. PV is equal to RT minus A by V. Dividing with RT on both sides, we get PV by RT is equal RT by RT will be 1 minus A by RTV. So this is the compressibility factor. Z is equal to 1 minus A by RTV. That means less than 1. So at low pressure, Z will be less than 1. At high pressure, Z will be greater than 1. Remember it? So what are the possible values of Z will ask at high pressure and low pressure? High pressure positive deviation, low pressure negative deviation. But if the condition is at very low pressure along with high temperature. When pressure is very low and temperature is very high, so both A by V square and P also can be neglected. Then that will be PV is equal to RT directly. So this addition value, subtraction value can be neglected. PV is equal to RT and dividing with RT, so Z value will become 1. So that means real gases will follow ideal gas equation under specific condition, that must be very low pressure and high temperature. So at these conditions, real gases will behave like ideal gas. But at high pressure will be positive deviation, at low pressure will be negative deviation. But at very low pressure and high temperature, it should be exactly equal to 1. So graph also we have seen. So it will go like this, na graph. So pressure is when very low. So this is the pressure, this is the Z value. When pressure is equal to 0 suppose, so all are equal to 1. That means ideal gas. So at very low pressure, they will be equal to ideal gas. And also when temperature is also high, they will be equal to ideal gas equation. So these are the conditions where real gases can obey ideal gas equation. Low pressure, very and high temperature.